Breaking: House Dems terrified after John Conyers just threatened to expose widespread sex abuse. By John Anthony for Silence is Consent. After WikiLeaks exposed the massive corruption behind the DNC in the election of 2016, millions of Americans became aware of the deep state, quote, which has been secretly guiding the course of politics over the past few decades. Unfortunately for them, however, it could be the end of their reign of power after a Democrat backed against the wall just threatened to take them down with him. Democrat Representative John Conyers was recently accused of sexual harassment by a high-ranking D.C. lawyer. He allegedly invited her to a staff meeting, quote, and when she arrived, he had no pants on. He also reportedly yelled at her, verbally abused her, and made her terrified of coming into work. It should come as no surprise, then, that his reputation has been completely destroyed, as the media has begun airing dozens of stories about sexual abuse taking place in politics. Like piranhas that smell blood, media moguls have jumped on the sex scandal and have consequently backed Conyers into a corner. We all know that a rabid dog is most dangerous when its back is to the wall, and it's the same with human beings. That's why the deep state is terrified after Conyers just threatened to take the whole swamp down with him. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up committing suicide with 2 gunshots to the head. Daily Caller reported the attorney for Democratic Michigan Representative John Conyers, who is accused of continuously sexually harassing his female staffers, defended Conyers by indicating that there are allegations against many members of the House and Senate. Conyers' attorney, Arnold E. Reed, released a statement defending the Michigan Democrat and pushing back against the disturbing allegations. The bizarre statement was written in all caps and referred to both Reed and Conyers in the third person. Reed acknowledged that while these allegations are serious, they are simply allegations, the statement said. If people were required to resign over allegations, a lot of people would be out of work in this country, including many members of the House, Senate, and even the president. Give me a break. Leave the president alone. He's not like one of you guys. He's talking about draining the swamp. The statement said that Conyers had no plans to resign despite calls for him to do so. Reed's hinting at allegations against many members of the House and Senate follows news that the Congressional Office of Compliance, OOC, has quietly been paying out settlements in harassment victims to harassment victims for years. In the past decade, the OOC has paid out $17 million in taxpayer funds to harassment victims, including victims of sexual harassment. Conyers admitted to settling a wrongful dismissal complaint with a former staffer for more than $27,000 in taxpayer funding in 2015 after he allegedly fired the staffer because she would not succumb to his sexual advances. Sworn affidavit signed by 4 of his former staffers described Conyers as a serial sexual harasser who preyed on young female staffers and abused taxpayer resources to pursue sexual relationships with women. Earlier this year, a second female staffer accused Conyers of sexually harassing her on a daily basis. Conyers has denied sexually harassing his staffers. Who are these many members that have been paying off victims to keep their mouths shut about sexual harassment? Why would somebody pay off a victim if there were no evidence of their wrongdoing? Most importantly, will Democrat John Conyers and his lawyers release any of these ominous members' names? The DNC has begun to self-destruct as dozens of power-hungry Democrats have realized that their time has come. After Hillary Clinton lost the election of 2016, the Democrats woke up to the cold, harsh reality that they've created for themselves. And take my word for it, the American people will not be very forgiving of them. But it's hilarious that he's threatening to take down the others along with him. He says, if I'm going down, yous are all going down also. And look at that old geezer looking to sexually harass young women. And then this is what Pelosi calls the icon. An icon? Can you imagine what she would call somebody that's dirt if she calls this guy an icon? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.